Hey, what's up guys? This is DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be taking a deck profile of a much anticipated Dark Magician Girl deck. Now, I'm really excited to debut this deck profile on my channel, and just would like to give a quick shout out to Katy, who cosplays as Dark Magician Girl in my profile picture of my channel. So let's get into this deck profile, and in the link in the description will be her page on Facebook. Just to give her a little bit of quick advertisement, you guys should go totally check out her cosplay page on Facebook. She's an awesome cosplayer, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and share. So let's get into this. Now, this is really a fun stall deck. So first off, we're going to play 3 copies of Dark Magician Girl. And by now, just about everybody knows what Dark Magician Girl does. She gains 300 attack and defense for each Dark Magician or Dark Magician of Black Chaos in either player's graveyard, which is really nice because you can bump up her attack points a little bit with that effect, but this next card's really going to help out with bumping up that attack points with Kiwi Magician. Now with Kiwi Magician, you can discard her during either player's turn, which is really nice, and then all Magician Girls gain 300 attack for each Magician Girl monster with different names on your field or in your graveyard, which is super nice. And when she's face up on your side of the field, she also makes it so all of your Magician Girls, or all your spellcasters, for that matter, cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and your opponent cannot target them with card effects either. So it makes them a little bit invulnerable and makes them a little bit more defendable. Then we play, in my personal opinion, the best Magician Girl, and that is 3 copies of Chocolate Magician Girl. Chocolate Magician Girl is probably my favorite Magician Girl besides Berry Magician Girl and the Dark Magician Girl herself, because she has the neat effect of you can discard 1 monster card from your hand, or 1 spellcaster type monster from your hand, which the majority of everything that you're playing in the main deck is spellcasters. You can discard 1 card from your hand that's a spellcast type monster to draw 1 card, so she can help you unbreak your hands a little bit. And then if your opponent targets a spellcaster or targets her for an attack, you can special summon 1 spellcaster type monster from your graveyard, change the attack target to that monster that you just special summoned, and half the attack of the opponent's monster, which can get a little nutty when you can stack that effect. So then we play 2 copies of Apple Magician Girl. The reason I picked 2 is because of her recycling ability. You don't always need it. And she's almost as good as Chocolate Magician Girl because she also has the effect that when your opponent attacks, then you can half the attack of a monster and divert the attack to another monster, which is really nice. Once per turn, if this card is targeted for an attack, you can special summon 1 level 5 or lower spellcaster type monster from your hand, which is super nice. Change the attack target to that monster, and then proceed to damage calculation after halving the attack of the opponent's monster, which is really nice. Your opponent's really going to think twice before attacking these girls, which is just awesome. Then we play 2 copies of Lemon Magician Girl. With Lemon Magician Girl, she's probably the worst of all the Magician Girls. She's got low stats, she's a lower level, and she's really just overall not that great of a card. She's a good artwork, and she's great for having it in there as a name, but other than that, you don't really use her effect all that much. You can tribute 1 Magician Girl except her, one Magician Girl except for her. Just add 1 spellcaster type monster from your hand to your deck. You know, she's a searcher, but she's not really all that great. Like I said, wonderful artwork, great for having the name. Other than that, she's okay. She has some other effects, but I don't really use her all that much. I usually use her to discard to get some other stuff off. Then this is the main searcher of the deck, which is Berry Magician Girl. When she is normal summoned, or when she's summoned for that matter, you can add 1 Magician Girl from your deck to your hand, which is really nice. And during either player's turn, when she's targeted for an attack or card effect, you change her battle position, and then special summon 1 Magician Girl from your deck except from a Berry Magician Girl, which is really nice because it lets you summon any of these that you need. Usually, if it's later in the game, you're going to summon Kiwi to give that blanketing effect to help out your field a little bit. And sometimes you'll even summon out Chocolate Magician Girl if you just need that little extra defense. Then I play 2 copies of Dark Magician just to kind of give my Dark Magician Girl that little boost that she might need, and just to kind of help out with the a little bit more brawn with this deck, because, you know, besides having Kiwi Magician Girl, none of these Magician Girls really get over 2,000 attack, so you really have to dip into your extra deck or summon out your Dark Magician. Or your Paladinium Oracle Mahad. Since you can draw off of your Chocolate Magician Girl, he's relatively easy to unbrick yourself if you do draw him. If you draw him at the wrong time, like in an opening hand or an adding to hand kind of card, you can always discard him with your Chocolate Magician Girl. And he's honestly just too good of a card not to play. Being able to just draw him off the top of the deck and being able to stack him with Pot of Duality, draw him next turn, special summon him off the draw, and then him becoming a 5,000 attack beater when he attacks a dark attribute monster is just ridiculous. Also, if he is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can special summon a Dark Magician from anywhere except for Banished, which is amazing. He is just awesome. He's too good not to play at 1. Speaking of good one-ofs, let's play one copy of Dark Magician of Chaos. Now, this is the eroded version. During your end phase, if this card was summoned, you can add one spell card from your graveyard to your hand, which is kind of nice because it recycles a couple of our spells that we use in this deck, which can kind of help out. Again, he's a little bit of a bigger beater than some of these other Magician Girls, and you kind of just got to play him for the nostalgia. And if he attacks a monster, then it is banished after he attacks it, which is really a powerful effect, but when he leaves the field, he is banished, which is unfortunate. Then finally, for the last two monsters, we play 2 copies of Summoner Monk to kind of get off our rank 4 plays, and to pop ourselves into a Chocolate Magician Girl in order to get that draw card effect, which is really, really nice. And honestly, that's it for all the monsters. It's pretty straightforward. It's kind of a stall-based deck with being able to normal summon your Chocolate Magician Girls and sit and let your opponent not know when to attack and when not to attack. But it's just a really interesting deck. It's a stall deck. I beat Cosmos with this. I have beat a Burning Abyss. I have beat Zodiacs with this because they don't realize what they do, and if they don't know what they do and they swing anyways and they don't read it, then you're like, hey, I just have your attack points and I can special summon their spellcaster. So they don't realize it. If they're unfamiliar with the deck, it can be a little treacherous for them to play against it. But it's a lot of fun just to troll your opponent with this deck. So let's get into the spells. Like I said, really, really fun deck to play. Then we play 2 copies of Dark Magic Veil, which lets us special summon back our Dark Magician Girls from Graveyard and or our Dark Magicians from Graveyard, just to kind of give us a little bit more utility by only paying 1,000 life points. It's essentially Monster Reborn. 1 copy of Dark Magic Expand, which is easy to get all 3 effects of Dark Magic expanded off by having, 2 Dark Magician Girls engraved and a Dark Magician. It's very, very easy to get this off, to get all 3 effects. 2 MSTs. I'm not too worried about back row in this deck because, like I said, I'm just going to normal summon something, and if something dies in this deck, I'm just going to normal summon another Magician Girl next turn, so I'm not super worried about it. But like I always say, if you want to play Twin Twisters over your MSTs in this deck, by all means play your Twin Twisters over your MSTs. I think that Twin Twisters might come in a little bit more handy, but I have them in another deck right now, so I didn't pop them in before the profile. So by all means, play Twin Twister. Then for a little bit more consistency, since I'm not worried about special summoning too much, I just kind of normal summon and sit on a monster. I play 3 copies of Pot of Duality. Early in the game, you want that consistency to get and be able to stack your deck with exactly what you need. And this deck really shines a lot more on your trap cards. So that's it. And the reason I don't play Raigeki in this deck is because I'm more concerned about getting my Magician Girls on field and my opponent swinging into them than I am about blowing their board. So I'm not really concerned about them establishing a humongous board, so that's why I just play it the way I do. And like I said, this is really a for fun deck. Now I'm not going to go to like a locals and enter in this with this. I might just for fun, just to kind of troll through it, but other than that, that's how I'm going to play it. Then for the traps, I play 2 copies of Dark Renewal. This card's really interesting. When you control a spellcaster type monster and your opponent normal summons another monster, you can send a spellcaster on your side of the field and the monster that they just normal summoned to the graveyard to special summon any spellcaster from your deck, which usually my target is my one of, let me find him. My one of Dark Magician of Chaos, because your opponent's not really going to expect that. When you have these 2 set, or at least one of these set, your opponent's not going to see that coming very often. And then you just surprise them with a Dark Magician of Chaos, and it just goes crazy from there. So 2 copies of Dark Renewal. I don't play Strike in this deck because of that. And then I play 3 copies of Magician's Circle. This is really, really easy to get off in this deck. So all you have to do is declare an attack with a spellcaster type monster you control, which could be anything from your Dark Magician of Chaos to your Dark Magicians to your Dark Magician Girls or anything. And then you get to activate this trap card. It's a little slow, but the deck is also a little bit slow, and you know it can manage with a little bit slow. So you get to special summon a spellcaster type monster from your deck with 2,000 attack or less, which is really, really good. In decks like Dark Magician, this wouldn't be good because they're all 2,500 or more, but in something like this that plays smaller spellcasters, it's really good. Then I play 3 copies of Call of the Haunted because your opponent, like let's say your opponent wipes your board, okay, and you activate Call of the Haunted, bring back a Chocolate Magician Girl, your opponent's going to stop because they're going to realize by now what it does, and it's going to stop them in their tracks from attacking you. So 3 of your Call of the Haunteds is awesome. Also, something else to mention is if you have a Kiwi in hand and you declare an attack, discard the Kiwi, activate this, grab a Dark Magician Girl, they go up still, but they go up at the time of her discard. So they don't go up anymore, but they still, it still helps with the OTK if you want to OTK your opponent with this and a Kiwi, which can happen. That's really the combo that you want to go off with. And then finally, I have 2 personal attack cards. Now they are the same card, but I kind of want you guys to guess and see what they are. So comment down below what you think they are, and I'll flip them in about 3 seconds. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here's my tech card. Since Vanity's Emptiness was banned, I'm playing and the ban plays on because all of your Magician Girls are different levels. From Barrier being 1, Dark Magician being 7, Oracle Mahad being 7, 4, 6, 5, and then they all go from 6, 7 all the way down to 1. So you're not, and well, 8 really, because he's 8. Going down to 1, so you're not really worried about summoning monsters that have the same attribute all that much, except for when you, or not same attribute, same level or rank, except for when you summon your Chocolate Magician Girls. And usually you're going to normal summon those anyways, so you're not really too worried about that. So this can really stall your opponent out. It can kill BA players and can make it so you can just go in for the kill with your Kiwis and your full field of Magician Girls. So that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. Like I said, I highly recommend and the ban plays on in this deck. So we're going to play 2 copies of Noriado, the Moral Leader. He can negate some spell cards, which can really help with the deck. Then we're going to play 1 copy of Dracosack, because Dracosack, again, can help out with your 2 Dark Magicians in deck. 1 copy of Ebon Illusion Magician. You can actually overlay on top of a Noriado to make him, because it calls for a level 6 spellcaster type monster that you can overlay on top of him. So you make this with 2 Dark Magician Girls, then make this, and then after you make him, special summon a Dark Magician from deck, and then you can get a little bit more power into the deck. Speaking of power, Utopia Beyond helps with beating them down. If you're looking for monster negation, you got Photon Strike Bouncer. Constellar bounces some stuff and adds stuff back. The entire Utopia engine, which was really easy to get off with a Summoner Monk and a Chocolate Magician Girl, or 2 Summoner Monks on the field normal summoned, which is really easy. Castel really helps because it bounces stuff. Giant Hand because it negates stuff. Dagosto Emerald because you can spin your Magician Girls back to deck and then draw a card, which could be your Oracle Mahad, and then special summon it out to the field. And then because we're playing water monsters, Bahamut Shark, which can really come in handy, and a Totally Awesome, which I'm still proxying. But with Totally Awesome and the Bahamut Shark, since your Chocolate Magician Girl is a water monster, you can normal summon 1 and then, bring out the other one, overlay into a Bahamut Shark, and then bring out a Toad, and it really can make a difference. But that's it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this deck profile. I really enjoyed presenting this one. I have been anticipating making this deck for a long time. It's been a long time coming that I promised Katy for. So anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out Katy's cosplay page down below. I believe it's called, I don't even know. I have to check it out. But anyways, guys, Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. See you later, guys.